So we looked at some of Georgia O'Keeffe's paintings, and now we're going to try to look at a flower. If you don't have a flower, you can get a picture of a flower and look at it, or from a book. And the most important thing is to look at all of the different petals carefully. So I'm going to look at this pink flower like I'm a hummingbird, coming really, really close up to the flower. You could use a sunflower or even a flower that has 4 petals or 3 petals. I'm going to try this flower, which has a lot of petals. When you start your flower, you want to start with the very middle. And I don't know if you've learned the parts of the flower, but there's the pistil, which comes up in the middle, and the stamens, all the little pieces that are those little white parts that come up, which the pollen sticks to. And the hummingbird likes to go deep down inside there with its beak. So I'm going to start with the very middle, and as I draw, and as you draw, keep your eye mostly on the flower. That's the hardest part. Try not to look down at all, except just to see like where your pencil is. So you're mostly looking up and down, up and down, up and down, but mostly at the flower. If you don't look at the flower and you just draw it any old way, you might come up with a drawing that's like this. Right? That's more like a cartoon drawing of a flower. Let me hold it up so you can see it. You see it? So I'm going to really look carefully at my flower. There's the pistil. And let me turn the light on. Maybe that will help. There's another stamen, and some of the stamens have the pollen on them. So make 2 lines and put the pollen on the top. There's another one that just I can see the pollen, but I can't even see too much of the stamen part. And then now I'm going to start drawing the petals. The ones in the middle are wavy lines. And they're small. There's another one touching that one. It's very wavy. So you kind of go around almost like a clock, looking at each petal and seeing what the shape of it is. This flower has very wavy petals. And the ones in the middle usually are smaller than the ones as you go out. So those are the very middle ones. Now they get a little bit longer as they go out. They kind of get a little bit more spread out. This one has so many different petals that I may skip a couple of them, but I'm going to try to get most of them in there. These shapes are a little bit bigger. We're going to be using watercolors to paint these. Then the next ones come way, way, way out. You want your flower to take up the whole page, like Georgia O'Keeffe's flowers did. And this is a smaller petal. that's behind this one. And there's more petals out here with wavy edges. It's better to start towards the middle and then come out as you go, adding one petal onto the next. So I'm going to stop my video and then come back and show you my completed picture. But remember, as you're drawing, the most important thing is to stay looking at the flower. Mostly your eyes should be on the flower, and then it's going to really, really look like the flower. It's like you're a scientist observing like an animal. Like when you're looking at a caterpillar, you just watch what the caterpillar's doing. You look at the stripes on it and the shape of it. And most of the time you're looking at the caterpillar. Here, mostly I'm looking at the flower. I'm hardly ever looking at the paper.